Hey everyone, my name is Ray, your intuitive. Thank you for joining and tuning in today to the Rapture's Journey Inc. Today we're going to be looking at your blockages, what might be blocking you from your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your self-love, your monies, your relationships, anything that's going to come to light. And then we'll do some freestyle in general energies and messages that you need to know at this time. Okay, so if you're guided here, this message is for you. That is the intention. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I like the saying, if that shit don't apply, let that shit fly. And it's good to stick to the end because there's tidbits of advice. Even if it's not resonating in the beginning, there's wisdom in the cards. So you will always leave with something. I know that from experience, and I know that from what's being channeled to me right now. So let's dive into it. So we're gonna do what's here we go, 1 second. We're gonna do what's blocking you, what is the solution, the healing card, and the outcome if you choose to listen to the advice and the past, the blockage, okay? So, and if it's your first time tuning in, I'm picking up for so many energies that I can't read just for one person. So it may half resonate, and energy is interchangeable. So even though I'm talking about like maybe you might feel like it's resonating for your person or someone else in your life. So it's just energy just kind of moves like fluidly like that. And whatever you feel in your stomach is right, okay? So enough of that. Alrighty, so what do these people tuning in need to know? What is blocking them? I want to say this coming year, like going into going into 222. So that is an angel number, and like it's a purpose number. So we're all like, I feel like we're going to be finding our purpose, serving our highest selves, justice, and being in alignment. Okay, because 222 is an alignment number. Yeah, in alignment. Yes, breaking the deck, sharing yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. The more you give, the more you get. Okay, so that's a little simple message there. You may be oversharing as well. So, be careful with how much you divulge about yourself to the right people. In relationships, it can be a turnoff at the very beginning to divulge your whole life, in the first date. Like, leave that for later. And savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. Yes, I heard in your premeditation, glow up to grow up. So you need to glow up to grow up, or grow up to glow up. You know what I mean? Savoring pleasure. And it's a picture of like taking a bubble bath, and all the ingredients. Savoring pleasure, the blissful things in life. And I feel like a lot of you are like glowing up, like you're about to blow up, grow up, glow up, change your style, have supplements, vitamins, anything, water, like it's making you glow, like in your physical body. And then you need to like shine light on your truths and what you want to do in this world, and it's gonna glow up, grow up, and blow up. Oh my goodness, my little cat right here. I have 2 black cats, Salem and Stella, and this is Salem, and he is an attacker but loves attention, and I thought I'd just show him off for a minute. Okay. He wants out, but we'll see if he can stay in for a little bit so it doesn't disrupt us too much. Okay, baby? Okay. Anyways, what do they need to know about, what is the current blockage? Tuning into yourself. So some of you need to do an attunement from past childhood traumas. Our attunement, which is picking up on other people's energies without talking to them and knowing what they need and how they feel, could need some tuning, no pun intended, in order to heal, coincide with other people. In coming to our best selves, we need to go to the past, and we need to see. I just gotta let my cat out. There you go. Go ahead. Go. And you may seem like, people may be like, oh, you're not like, why do I always have to tell you, like, why can't you, how could you not notice, this about my body language or anything like that? Like, your attunement could be off, and it could be from trauma, and that's usually where it's based from. But you can fix that in doing your own research on the internet or through meditation, seeking God, seeking answers. Get in attunement with yourself, get in alignment, all of that stuff, emerging into grace. I am an open soul to grace. Okay, so it's always great to be, I'm hearing gracious. Be gracious, okay? Embark, I want to create a new word, but I'm not going to. Embark graciousness. Like, raise the collective consciousness and being graceful, and in whatever you do, you are beautiful in it, and you need to open your soul to grace and receive from the angels, yes, because they have messages for you. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. So you are loved. You're receiving extra divine angelic guidance right now. You are tuning into the station. You are tapping into your soul. You're receiving from angels. So it's not a mere coincidence of what you're hearing or seeing. It is real. It is real as ever. I can see energy, and I don't tell many people that, except now everyone on YouTube, and it just looks like little speckles of just like, but it's translucent. It's just moves, right? So mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. So some of you could be moving in the work realm of being a mediator, or you may be natural mediator skills, and you're good at helping other friends come together, people come together to mend their bridges, help the other person see the other side of the perspective. I'm not really picking up that you need to mend very many bridges or anything, but be mindful of not breaking bridges. Okay, so what that card really wants to come out for the blockage. I'm just going to keep it right there, and then we'll get an additional blockage card. What is the blockage currently right now? What is the current blockage? Healing the past. Wow, weren't we ever talking about childhood trauma and attunement? So healing the blockage, healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. So some of you need to have faith stepping into the future. You are going to be healed. This will be over. This will be done. This too shall pass. I always love it when someone says that to me, usually. You are maybe at the beginning of your transcendence, I'm hearing, and your ability to see past the past and don't live on it. Like, I love the saying, like, if you're living in the past and living in the future, you're pissing on the present. But hey, I don't feel like that's exactly what this card is saying. Healing the past. You want to break those ancestral traumas, and by doing that, in healing the past, you can become very successful and in alignment with what your ancestors want, like justice. I'm hearing robust, but like coming redemption in your family line. It deserves that. It really deserves that, and you deserve the best. You deserve the best quality of life. Even if you feel like you don't love yourself, you're going to get there. Everyone is deserving. Everyone's a child of God. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone has had to mend their bridges. And mending bridges means putting up boundaries and respecting people's boundaries as well. Just want to put that out there. So the blockage is really the past, and like, don't give too much energy to the past. You can try to look at the past objectively and leave your emotions out of it. Therefore, you can hoist and hone it in, and then you can shine clarity on it when you're not emotionally reliving the past. Okay, don't relive your memory that you're trying to work on. Bring it to a professional, I'm hearing, or bring it to a professional, I'm hearing, and or in guidance from your soul, right? Okay, so let's move on. What is the healing card? How do we solve this? Oh gosh, these cards come out so quickly. I don't even get to shuffle them, and I love shuffling. So we have expecting miracles. Okay, so in healing the past, this makes so much sense. So presently, the healing card is expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. Like, you may have been bogged down and don't have faith because of the past has fucking ripped you to shreds. To shreds. When did your miracle ever come? When was your justice served? Why did this happen to me? Why is my life shit? Why can I not move on from the past? And in healing that, we need to believe in more. We need to believe that there can be a new beginning, because being in the past is not living in the present. Therefore, you're bringing in all that past energy, right? Because like, we are what we think, we manifest what we think. So you could be manifesting like repetitive cycles of just like, why am I hearing clergy? I don't even know what that means. Of You could be repeating cycles of just shitty experiences, same shit, different piles, same person, different look, all that stuff. And right now you need to expect miracles and healing, and that you are capable of doing that. You are not damaged. You are not damaged from your past. Your past is giving you a miracle. You just don't see it yet. You don't see it yet, that your past is your experience that builds your wisdom, therefore to help others and serve your life purpose. Okay, so don't look at the past like in a down perspective. Look at it as, this made me who I am today. And would I change who I am today? Well, maybe there's some things I'd like to work on, but I mean, for myself, I wouldn't change me at all. I love my personality. And my personality is very resilient because I have had an intense past. And here I am, like, a beam of light in my life, in my own life, the star of my own life. Live your life like that. Like, you are the star of your show. You are the star of your show. And then glow and grow and blow up and show up in life, because if you're not showing up for life, you're just giving energy to the past, which fucking doesn't even exist anymore. So just gonna say it like it is. And the outcome card of advice, dwelling in truth. So I stand in the light of truth. So the healing card is like expecting miracles, having faith, having an expecting. Sorry, sometimes my mind gets overrun by different messages, and I need to use I get a fog sometimes. But anyway, sometimes that happens, so I go into another direction. Spirit didn't want me to go in that one. So anyways, your outcome card, dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. So maybe your past needs to be heard. Maybe your past needs to be written. Maybe your past happened for a reason, to write a book about it, to share with others, to empathize with others. Because here's the saying, like, it's something that I read before, and I took it, right? It's one thing, like, there's a difference between sympathizing with someone and empathizing with somebody. And the difference is, like, sympathizing with somebody is not standing in their shoes. It's just, oh, I feel sorry for you. I feel bad for you. I sympathize. I wish I could know, but I don't. Empathizing is like, you've been there. You've lived in their shoes. I empathize. I'm there. I'm feeling your empathy pain, right? And because of your past, you can shine truth onto others. You can actually, I'm feeling like career goals here. Like, because of your past, it has really made you abound into what you want to do in life. And also I want to point out, dwelling in truth and then healing the past is like, you might be dwelling in the past when you need to dwell in the truth of the past and see it for what it is, and not what your family told you, not of like, why this happened in the family. Like, seek true information and be your own private investigator, okay? And but expect a miracle. Like, just have the mindset of, I expect a miracle. That's an affirmation. That's an intention. You know, you can write it down, ground it, whatever you want, but have that vibration up. Because when you're like, oh, I'm not expecting anything. Well, don't you feel my energy is quite neutral and down and whatever? But when I'm like, I'm expecting a miracle. Wow, I'm expecting a miracle. Mm-hmm. See, perma smile. Like, good shit's coming, right? And, you know, in doing that, and if you take the advice of what has come up in your read, like what light has been shone in, you know, the blockage and the healing, therefore you may discover truths, new truths about you, and you may help people discover theirs. Okay? And you should always seek the truth. And as a child, like, for past things, like, a little disclaimer, like, you know, with my mother, she was a fantastic mother. She is brilliant. Everything I'm saying was because she passed away 4 years ago. And when she passed away, like, and my whole life, like, because she was like sick and like had bad health and stuff like that, and couldn't always like do everything, but yet her advice and her wisdom was priceless. And I held her up on this pedestal. Okay, this huge ass pedestal. And I've recently healed my past a bit, and I was like, you know what? Some things weren't okay. Some things maybe weren't right, you know? But hey, like, don't get mad at them, because everyone does the best with what they have, right? And what they know at that time. And as, even though you're the child and you could be in your, you know, late teens, early 20s, since you are an extension of your parent, you are supposed to kind of like widen the wisdom within the family as you produce, and then therefore producing more you know, children, people. And so you may be weirded out that, like, the thought of, like, you may be more wise than your parents now, because you've woken up, and the world is waking up, and you're shedding truth and light onto the past. And when you do that, expect a fucking miracle. I'm not even joking, and I accentuated that fucking for a reason. Okay? So the bottom of the deck, igniting courage. Yes, have the courage, you know, like, it's courage and bravery, you know, doing it even though you're afraid. Says, I am strong, valiant, and courageous, you know, and leaping forth into that. And she's like carrying her flag and becoming successful because you ignited your courage, you looked at your shit, and therefore you're gonna make a career of it. Like, that's just all I'm getting. Cultivating prosperity, that is so synchronistic. Yes, you're gonna make a career of your past. And it's interesting because it's true for everyone, because, you know, every day adds up, makes us who we are, therefore forms our truth and what we want to do, you know. And some of you could be going through some, letting go. I was going to say parent dynamic issues, and you need to let that go, because, you know what, it's not your fault, it's not their fault, it's miscommunication at that age. And maybe you could come in as like the spirit, like the angel of truth, and justice, and mending, like mediating what needs to be solved in the family. And if you feel like you can live with that on your shoulders and not letting go, okay, but is that true? You know, is that true? Cultivating prosperity, giving birth. So this is a new beginning. Once you do this, you know, you'll feel so much more fresh. I'm hearing, you know, it says, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. You are You could be a light worker, you could be an Aquarius, you could be a Gemini, you could be innovative person who creates ideas, engineering, and giving birth. So I'm hearing expectations, which is weird. Maybe you are expecting to get pregnant, and giving birth to your new ideas. You may have an expectation on it, and I'm here to warn you to not put expectations on your outcome. Put an expectation on what you would like to happen, and then release it to the higher universe and let them, lead the way in I want to say the end, but to your prosperity, like plant your seeds, your goals like this, but the end all, like where you're going to end up once you do the footwork. You may have an image of you in Hawaii and everything. That's great and all, but really leave the outcome up to the universe, because that is when we won't get in our own way of manifesting. Okay? Soaring into joy, childlike wonder fills my life. Soaring into joy. So you need to let go of the past. And it's going to take some time and some work and everything if you haven't done that already. If you have, you are dwelling in your truth and you're soaring into joy. But if you haven't, you are going to soar into joy, because you went through that work, and you're going to feel like lifted, gifted, higher than the ceiling. Ooh, is ultimate feeling. Yeah, that's the song, Claire Audience, that's coming through my mind. Okay, and one more card I'm feeling. Just one more card to shine light on the truth and what everyone needs to hear in their blockages. What is one more card? I can see an advice card, actually. One more advice card. Please and thank you. Letting go. Again, history repeats itself. Apple don't fall far from the tree. Break those ties. Break those barriers. Mend those bridges. Let go of fear. Let go of trauma. Let go of grudges. Let go of expectations. That's why that was coming through. And live in the flow of life. Live in the flow of it, because when we're in the flow of life, everything is like a miracle. I want to say life becomes a miracle. And we need to, just side note, we have to look at, like, because we can be like, life is so hard, like this is so hard. And no, okay, wake up call. Life is a effing gift. Enough said. Good or bad, you're effing here. So be grateful. Life is a gift. The most constant thing in life is change. It makes us so annoyed, because we're like always having to change, always changing. But it's just so like, as long as you know it's the most constant thing, maybe you can become comfortable with it, befriend it, go with it, go with the flow of life, and go with the flow of life and fly free. And I unfurl my wings and fly. Let go, bring in peace, bring in harmony, do your thing, do you, and heal that past. And you also might be a mediator or a light worker in helping others heal their past, okay? And do that with grace. Okay, like when we're delivering information, it's so interesting, like delving into cards and like seeing, ooh, like, I don't know how to articulate this nicely. You know what I mean? Just be graceful when you do it, and take the veil off, take the blindfolds off with people, and see them for who they are, good or bad. There's one saying is like, don't always give the people the benefit of the doubt, because they know exactly what they're doing. And when I read that, it was such an epiphany for me, because I was like, holy shit, you're right. Like when I was in my shadow side, and not, and in my light side, like, there's things that I would do that I was like, yeah, like, you know, I'm hoping to get the benefit of the doubt, but I kind of not know what I'm doing, and I kind of know I fucked up, and everything like that, and I needed to hear the truth. Like, don't bullshit me, don't do this, someone put up a boundary with me, everything like that. And it helped me grow, because life is a gift. Everything has its gift, good or bad. So you are going to bring miracles to people's life as well, if you take the advice of completely healing, letting go of your past subjectively, emotionally, but holding on to it as objectively, as it's a part of you. It's a part of you, but it's not all of you. Okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that. And communicate your needs freely, openly, without fear. Okay? Because you need to be heard. You need to be heard. You need to be loved. You know, even though we need to love ourselves, we are, you know, we are people who love companionship. So in order to have that, you need to communicate freely. It says, I communicate from the depths of my being. So your inner truth, you know, like, no lying, no saying like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Like, you know, when you're really not, but you can tell in that fine that you're not, and you just need to communicate so you feel free, lighter, like a feather. And the more that you come into your truth, and the more honest you are with yourself, here's the last thing, the more honest you are with yourself, the easier it is to be honest with other people. Trust me, I did it. I was not honest with myself for a long time, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look inside, and I'm going to really be honest with myself. And honestly, I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with this. And I need to work on this. But then when I found out what I was not okay with, and I shone truth onto it myself and realized it, and I'm honest about it, I was so honest with people in my communication. Like, honestly, that's not okay with me. And honestly, I'd prefer this. And like, you know, you're not a bitch if you do that, man. Like, if we don't do that, like, everyone's going to take advantage of everyone. There'll be no one left. Okay? Yeah, soaring into joy and giving birth again. So some of you are really celebrating a birthday and children and childlike energy, and you need, you know, also pregnancy is really coming up heavy, and you guys are celebrating and nesting and creating and happy go lucky, awesome stuff, right? But give birth to that idea that you have. And do it. Do it. Because the most constant thing in life is change. So you should just go with it and change with it. It was just a lot easier. Okay, guys. That's it for now. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit a like if it resonated. It really helps the channel in circulating the algorithms. So it helps get to those people who need it. And subscribe to build our little family here. And share if you want people to, you know, come into the world of colony on your shit. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, okay. Thank you. Have a great day, evening, and I want to say good afternoon, good evening. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting tongue-tied now, and so maybe some of you are really like not communicating freely and like get tongue-tied, and you just need to be quiet with self and calm your brain. Calm it. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.